Dunk it, pour it, dip it, shred it. This is my go-to vegan cheese sauce. My extra speedy queso-inspired cheesy sauce is ready in 15 minutes or less in one pot and with just a few pantry staples. Hello, I'm Catherine, and I get asked all the time if I have a vegan cheese recipe. I do, and I have shared my stretchy cashew mozzarella with you, and this vegan queso has made an appearance in a number of videos, but I think it's about time that it got a video all to itself. This is the cheesy sauce that I turn to all the time when I want something really quick that I can throw together without any prep work. And I'll admit that this isn't the healthiest vegan cheese sauce that you can make. A number of vegan bloggers and YouTubers have great recipes that use carrots or sweet potato, but what I love about this one is that I don't have to have any veggies pre-cooked. And if I've made a last-minute decision for a taco night or nachos or a taco mac and cheese, then I could just take out these few pantry staples, and in a few minutes I have a flavorful sauce. Oh, and a bonus is that I can freeze it and shred it. If you're thinking you might find yourself in need of a quick emergency cheese sauce, then hit that subscribe button and check out how I make this. So this is based on a Mexican queso, and I add a bit of spice to this warm, melted, cheesy sauce. And because this isn't actually cheese, it's essentially a roux, which is a mixture of vegan butter, flour, and a plant milk. And it's whisked and heated until thick. The cheesy flavor comes from nutritional yeast, which is a shelf-stable deactivated yeast that adds a ton of savory, cheesy flavor to your meals, and it dissolves smoothly into your sauces. And finally, I add a bit of turmeric for color and garlic for flavor. And if you want a more authentic queso flavor, then you can use green chilies. I'm using a red chili for the spice because that's what I always have on hand. So grab a pot and a whisk and let's make it. Over medium-low heat, melt 1.5 tablespoons of vegan butter in a small pot. Once the butter bubbles, add 2 cloves minced garlic and half a deseeded red chili. Once the garlic is fragrant, add 1/8 cup or 16 grams all-purpose flour a little at a time. Whisk to combine with the butter and cook the flour for 1 to 2 minutes. Slowly add 1¼ cup or 295 ml unsweetened plant milk. Today I'm using soy. Add a little at a time to avoid the flour clumping. With all the milk added, whisk in 1/8 cup or 10 grams nutritional yeast, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder for color, and a pinch of black pepper. Cook for 5 to 8 minutes until thickened, making sure to stir constantly and scrape along the sides and bottom so the sauce doesn't stick. If you don't want the little speckles of garlic and chili that are in this queso, then you can either omit those altogether and use a garlic powder or a hot sauce if you still want those flavors in there, or you can try blending this. I find it best to add all the ingredients, let the sauce thicken for about 5 minutes, blend it, and then put it back on the heat and let it finish thickening for another 5 minutes or so until it's the consistency that you want. Serve your vegan queso-inspired cheesy sauce warm as a dip, use it as a mac and cheese sauce, drizzle it, or allow it to cool, freeze it, and shred it when you need it. Many of you lovely subscribers found me through the live that I did with Jeremy over at PB with Jay, and during that live he mentioned that he freezes his cheese sauce so that he can shred it, and I totally stole that idea, and it does work. So you can freeze this vegan queso and then just shred this block, and Jeremy, you get all the credit for this little hack.
Looks like a bar of soap.
It does kind of look like a bar of soap. I have found if you have any silicone molds, especially ones that are rectangular, that'll make it look more like cheese, I often use little muffin liners, which is a funny shape for cheese, but it works. These are great because you can pour the queso once it cools into these, pop it in the freezer, and then once it's frozen, you can just take it right out of these silicone molds, and it's super easy. And then if you want to store it for a long time, usually if you wrap it in plastic wrap or something similar and aluminum foil and put it in a freezer safe bag, then it'll last for like months. And this is melting in my hands now, so I'm gonna put this away.
This is, if you know me, this is my one true weakness, chips and Catherine.
I was gonna say, he might love chips more than me.
No, never. Oh, so good.
We haven't had this just as like a chip dip in a while. You like it?
My mom makes it. Mom, comment, let us know.
You just had a chip without any dip. That's the whole point of this.
Because I love chips.
Do you find it too spicy?
No, I like the spice. It's got a little bit of kick. It's fun. It's like
And
a party
do the
dip.
chunks of garlic bug you?
No.
I think if I was making this for people, then maybe one of those garlic presses. They'd be smaller pieces of garlic. I just did this by hand today.
I think the chunks of garlic are only a problem when you make it as a dip, like a chip dip, but when you make it as like a taco mac and cheese or like it's in a recipe, it all gets mixed in and you don't notice the clumps so much.
Yeah, even if it was on like a big platter of nachos, you wouldn't like notice because there's like lettuce and tomato and other stuff on it.
Do you need to say things here? Because we're
I
just
do.
sort of talking.
No, these are the things I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
If I make this recipe as a dip for a party or something, and when I make it for my taco mac and cheese, I double this recipe. So there's a little bit more in the pot, but this is a good amount if you want it for like a cheesy drizzle on something, or if you're gonna freeze it to shred it. It makes 2 of those blocks that I showed, those frozen blocks. And I think I just do this amount when I drizzle it over our 7-layer dip, but if you want more, just make more. It makes 295 ml of cheese sauce and cost me just under $2, about $1.89. So that's about 65 cents per 100 ml. And store-bought cheesy sauces, Cheese Whiz equivalents to this cost me about $1.30 per 100 ml. And vegan cheese shreds probably cost us about $3 per 100 ml.
I'm a big fan of vegan cheeses.
No, they've gotten a lot better.
They have gotten better, but like, I don't know. It's so gummy.
Some of them have that like sticky.
Yeah. Do they get stuck in your retainer? Sorry. What? Are people not supposed to know that you have a retainer?
No, you can probably see it when I open my mouth really wide sometimes.
No, but I just mean...
No, the cheese sauces do not get stuck to my permanent retainers. My parents were kind enough to bless me with dental work when I was a teenager.
And now you have beautiful teeth. I wear a mouth guard when I sleep. I'm not ashamed to say it. You have a retainer. You have beautiful teeth.
Are we going to talk about your mouth guard fiascos?
I don't know.
Is that what goes into this video? Bryan constantly freaks out and thinks that he's swallowing his mouth guard in the middle of the night and wakes up like... And then I go into a panic, and he also has a tendency to try and flush it down the toilet or throw it out kind of in a sleepwalking state. So if anyone else out there has mouth guard terrors, then let Bryan know he's not alone.
Send help. I'm clearly not all right.
Next week's video is my universal stir-fry sauce. It's something that we make all the time. I'll show you how I make my kind of go-to weeknight stir-fry.
What's fun fact about that video next week, you can make that sauce faster than it takes to order a quick and easy stir-fry on your weeknight.
Order a quick and easy stir-fry. You don't want it to be quick and easy if you order it. You want like time to have gone into that dish.
I misspoke. Throwing me under the bus with my mouth guard.
You brought up my retainer. You dish it, you're gonna get it.
We should cut the camera.
Hit that subscribe button if you like our banter. See you soon.